This is the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. My name is Chase Sr., and no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, I greatly appreciate all of you for making today's show a part of your day. And coming up, I want to warn everybody right now, do not be surprised if Kirk Cousins is a San Francisco 49er in 2025. With that, naturally, we pop up today's poll question, and this will be the pinned comment on today's video. So go on down, let your voices be heard. I always want you to have a voice on this program and let your opinions be heard. Pick a quarterback for 2025. Would you rather have BP for Brock Purdy, KC for Kirk Cousins? Play the Would You Rather game and let me know down in the comment section right now. Our sponsor for today's show, our friends at PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in North America with more than 10 million active members and billions of dollars handed out in awarded winnings. PrizePicks makes game days so much more fun. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. You pick 2 or more players, you choose more or less on their projected stats, and you can win up to 100 times your money. All you have to do, pick more, pick less, pick PrizePicks today, and plug in that link down below, prizepicks.com/CLNS. It's attached to the pinned comment down in the show notes, and with that, if you play $5, you get $50 instantly. You don't even need to win to receive that $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Our picks for some Monday Night Football action: Bo Nix, more than 199.5 passing yards. Jameis Winston, more than a half passing touchdown. Very easy right there. That's how the game is played. So run your game with PrizePicks. They offer Venmo for safe and secure checkouts, quick withdrawals as well. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. So the topic of today's show, you think about where the Niners are at right now. They're cooked. Not going to make the playoffs. 5-7, 2 games back of the Seahawks, atop the NFC West. Christian McCaffrey out for the year. Jordan Mason on IR. The Niners are already really banged up. And so we start to look ahead a little bit for what the 2025 season could entail for San Francisco. I've said it here on the show. I don't think you need to rebuild. I think you need to retool. This is a talent with plenty of talent, or this is a roster, with plenty of talent and a really good coaching staff. And if they have an offseason, and a full offseason, which they haven't had in a little while since the 2020 offseason, to rehabilitate the mind, rehabilitate the body, tinker with this roster a little bit, refresh, reset, they can come back in 2025 and be a Super Bowl contender. But the big question is, who's going to be the team's starting quarterback? Will it be Brock Purdy on an expiring deal? Will it be Brock Purdy on a contract extension? If the Niners sign Brock Purdy to a contract extension, what do those figures look like? Is he worth $50 to $60 million per year? Upper echelon of quarterback contracts in the NFL? Or could he get a Baker Mayfield type of contract, 3 years, $100 million, $33 million per year, which I think would be a great route for San Francisco if they're not sure if Purdy is going to be their franchise guy. You save some coin, you can continue to invest elsewhere on the roster, and you're saving a lot of money in a smart sense. And I think that's a little bit of a steal, because if you can save those $17 million average annual value and you can use it elsewhere on this roster, you can continue to bring in talent. Or will Brock Purdy not be the team's starting quarterback, and will it be Kirk Cousins? I'm starting this conversation right now because I feel as though this is going to be a conversation in a few months during the NFL offseason. Here's why. Kyle Shanahan loved Kirk Cousins in Washington. He tried to acquire him a few years ago while with the San Francisco 49ers. Kirk Cousins is familiar with Kyle Shanahan's scheme. And according to ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler, the Falcons could look to move on from Kirk Cousins. His deal in Atlanta was $100 million guaranteed. So pretty much a 2-year deal, $50 million per season. And Atlanta would owe him $100 million this year and next year. And so they don't have to worry about the latter years of that contract if they were to trade him away. Nor would the Niners, because that money would not be guaranteed. So if Atlanta is willing to eat some of that money, because they did draft Michael Penix Jr., the Washington product last year, at number 8 overall, Cousins could become available. And if the 49ers do not believe that Brock Purdy is the guy, look out for Kyle Shanahan to target Kirk Cousins. His future, according to Jeremy Fowler, rides on the next few games. Now, Jeremy Fowler reported this going into this game on Sunday against the Chargers, that Kirk Cousins' future with the Falcons comes down to the next 6 games, now 5. Fowler said that Cousins and his results have been pretty good, but not optimal. And if he doesn't deliver over this next stretch, the Falcons would explore trading him in the offseason, given that they have rookie Michael Penix Jr. Also keep in mind that while the Falcons did draft Michael Pennix in the top 10, he was also an older rookie. He's already, 24 years old, and he'll turn 25 by the time that the season gets underway next year. Now, what happened on Sunday? Jeremy Fowler talking about the results being up and down. Cousins was not good in that game at home against the Chargers, and in a bad NFC South, the poorest play of Cousins and this under-succeeding team has kept Atlanta from running away with this division. They're not able to run away with it, and the Buccaneers are still in it after they beat the Carolina Panthers in overtime coming off their bye week. Now, why would Atlanta do this? They drafted Michael Penix and shocked the entire NFL after they gave Kirk Cousins $100 million, and they took Penix at 8 overall. They had other needs on this roster. You look at that defense, they could have used an edge rusher. They could have used another player on that team, but they loved Michael Penix Jr. in the pre-draft process. And even after they signed Kirk Cousins, they took him. That's pretty telling. And an avenue in which this could happen, if Atlanta is willing to eat some of that money, does Kyle Shanahan look at Cousins as the quarterback that he needs to win a Super Bowl, the quarterback who can run his offensive system, the quarterback who can really maximize and elevate this team regardless of what's transpiring around him, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the weather? Am I a Kirk Cousins guy? No. But do the Niners want to pay Brock Purdy $50 to $60 million per season? I don't think they know if they want to invest that much money in him, especially after the Brandon Ayuk contract went bad, the Trent Williams contract has gone bad, Nick Bosa results up and down, Deebo Samuel results up and down. And then the Niners look at Purdy on the field Sunday night against Josh Allen, a clear gap in overall talent between Josh Allen and Brock Purdy. And some people will say, Chase, Brock Purdy's coming off that shoulder injury. He said that he was healthy. Chase, Brock Purdy had no offensive line help. Josh Allen did. I'm talking about pure arm talent here. I'm talking about being 6'5", 240, throwing for a touchdown, running for a touchdown, receiving a touchdown, lifting the team regardless of the circumstances, and being outright special. Brock Purdy in that game did not look, he did not play special. And another part of this Kirk Cousins conversation, will Kyle Shanahan feel the pressure coming off this disaster hellhole of a season of needing to win a Super Bowl with this core, and does he view Cousins as the gettable quarterback to get him there? Now, he does have some impressive game-winning drives this year. He's been clutch in moments. Kirk Cousins, though, is 1-4 in his playoff career. He's choked in big games. Kyle Shanahan has choked in big games. The Niners have choked in big games. Is this a match made in heaven? By no means is it. Brock Purdy actually has a 4-2 playoff record, and he's more mobile, and he could be cheaper, and he's younger, without the injury history of Cousins, who's coming off that torn Achilles. Although the elbow and the shoulder, a little bit concerning for Purdy, and we'll see how he plays the rest of the way. With time, with more experience, as he ages, as he gets more acclimated in this life that is the NFL, I think that Brock Purdy can get better. And I think that Brock Purdy is in that Dak, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins type of territory when you rank some of these quarterbacks here. And it could come down to this too. Brock Purdy struggled a little bit this year. So many injuries, so many moving parts, so much chaos, so much drama. Is it just a season from hell for the Niners? And will the good vibes return next year when everybody has an opportunity to sit back, take a breather, relax a little bit, and reset for next year? That's also a possibility. Having Brock Purdy play on an expiring contract, I don't think that's a crazy avenue to go. He would continue to be one of the best bargain deals in the NFL, making just around $1 million in the final year of his rookie contract. We know that Kirk Cousins has been able to produce. He's put up some massive numbers throughout his career. Last year, prior to tearing his Achilles, he was playing some of the best football of his life. In 8 games, he had thrown for 2,300 yards. 18 touchdowns, 5 picks this year, 17 touchdowns, 13 picks. And so the interception numbers are up, but in the seasons prior when he's been able to stay healthy, 2022, 4,500 passing yards. 2021, 4,200. Year before that, 4,200. And he's consistently put up upper 20s, low 30s, mid 30s as far as touchdowns, and he was really maximized under a head coach in Kevin O'Connell who can do the same things with the quarterback that Kyle Shanahan can do as well. So, look, I'm not saying I would go this route, but it will not shock me, and I'm preparing you for when this becomes a conversation this upcoming offseason when Kirk Cousins could get traded from Atlanta and he'll be tied to San Francisco in the process. Don't forget to scroll on down, hit that subscribe button, let me know what you thought of the show, and we'll catch you on this Tuesday here on the Niners Report.